What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I'm back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Doesn't make sense. I don't really know. Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still support.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video. Now, before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, I am back with another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 125 to the best of my knowledge. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Now, y'all already know I started this series off at the beginning of 2023. And here we are in 2025, and we're at what? Week 125, right? Okay. Now, if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section. It is free to sign up. Well, of course, we continue to sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it, right? Okay, and yeah, I will say that we're pretty active in there, and pretty much if I don't get the content out in time, it should be somewhat in some way, shape, or form in the Discord. But anyway, man, enough rambling. Let's just go ahead and get into this weekly sneaker rotation. Now, I do my very best to end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday, but I'm gonna keep it pretty much short and simple this week, and I say that every time, and I go back and edit the video, and it's like literally like 11, 12 minutes long, right? Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start this off with pretty much Saturday and Sunday. You know, the kid pretty much means I was at the crib relaxing, and y'all know that's my go-to. Pretty much the Yeezy Slides, pure colorway. These are my go-to. I keep by the doors. You guys should already know when I started off like that. I will say this, the weekend is my just kind of wind down, right? You know what I'm saying? Just recollect my thoughts, get things together. If I don't have any errands to run, then yeah, man, I'm pretty much at the crib. Now, let me clarify this. I may go to 7-Eleven. I may go grab something to eat, but sometimes the kids just want to be comfortable sometimes. And I feel like this is my grab and go by the door sneaker, right? If I just had to take the trash out, if I just had to do X, Y, Z, these are my go-tos. And yes, you can tell I probably beat these from left to right. But again, this is a shoe that I paid resale for, so I'm going to get my money's worth, even though I have other Yeezy Slides. But I kind of use those for a form of travel when I have to step out. So pretty much this was my this was my Saturday and Sunday shoe was the Yeezy Slides pure. Cool, now we're gonna move right on to Monday. The kid right back at the work. Y'all know I work a full-time job, and I wanna bring out a shoe that I just recently picked up that, you know, honestly, I've been in my nostalgia phases. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like the shoes that I couldn't get back then, or pretty much if I knew about it or didn't know about it, or I just didn't have the chips. And this is probably one of those shoes that it applied to. Pretty much, this is my Monday shoe. These are the Charles Barkley 94 joints. Now, I will say this is obviously got the Phoenix Suns colorway on this. I'm gonna just throw this out the disclaimer, right? This shoe, I have a love-hate for. Love the look, love the comfortability. The hard part that people probably don't talk enough about, putting this mother sucker on, right? Okay. No way in shape or form it is easy to put on. I will admit, when I did the on feet, it wasn't that bad. But I was getting dressed for work, right? Okay, just short story. Bro, the first one went on no problem. And then like when I put the other one on my other foot, I swear to Bob, I took the joint off and had to re-put it on. I mean, like, to be honest, I guess there's no real secrets, but I usually hold on to the tongue and the pull tab. But if that pull tab, this inside liner right here, because there's like an inside liner inside this joint, if it get meshed down and you can't pull it out, you're gonna have to reset and do it all over again, which I wouldn't say not too time consuming, but definitely something completely different compared to putting on your average like Nike shoe or Jordan shoe or any shoe for that matter. But it was worth it. Once I got them in there, super duper comfortable. So I will say this, I'm not gonna take the comfortability away from this shoe, but I will say that putting it on was not fun. Hopefully when I get ready to do this on feet for this joint, it's not as bad now that I've had them on for like a full, full day or so. So hopefully that it is. But the Monday, this was my pretty much Monday shoe, was the CB, which is Charles Barkley sneaker. Yeah, the 94 joints. Cool. Now we're gonna move right along to Tuesday, right back to work, full-time job. want to just switch it up from just wearing Jordans all the time, even though I'm gonna have Jordans on this rotation because of the weather. Again, hint, hint, yes, we had more rain, and I know, yes, at this point, some people say just move, but you know, it's easier said than done, at least for me. Anyway, gonna move right along to Tuesday, and I stepped in none other than the Nike SB Dunks, and these are the Futurist right here. This is a shoe that I did have to pay resale for, and I don't regret it. Super dope shoe, very versatile, and to be honest, it's great, screams like spring colorway for me, and summer for that. But I will say this, this is a shoe that was uncomfortable at first, but I've noticed with a lot of Nike sneakers, or just sneakers in general, the more you wear them, the more comfortable they come to be, right? Okay, this shoe now, it's super duper comfortable. Not a true Nike SB, because it's a Nike SB Dunk, so it's a mixture of both of those, probably like combinations together, but it's still a dope shoe at the end of the day. And Futura is a well-known graffiti artist based out of New York, to the best of my knowledge, because yes, I've been doing it for quite some time now. Again, not gonna go into full details, but that's kind of what this colorway kind of already screams, and I like the versatility of this shoe. And yeah, I wore it for work, and yeah, don't hate it, and this is something that I definitely need to wear more of. But this was my Tuesday shoe, was a Nike SB Dunk Futura. Cool, now we're gonna move right on to Wednesday. Now pretty much these next couple pairs of shoes we was anticipating rain, and I just rather be safe than sorry. Sometimes I get caught in it, sometimes I don't, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So y'all know I got my old favorite, so y'all should be a hint right there that there's gonna be an 11. And I'm talking none other than the Air Jordan 11 Concords. Now these are one from 2011, to the best of my knowledge. These are my beaters, man, and I think it's important, and I think Manny with the Kicks have said this time and time again, it's cool to have nothing but heat in your collection, but it doesn't hurt to have a few beaters for the rainy days, right? And I'm not trying to preach. At the end of the day, it's your money, spend it how you want to spend it. But at the end of the day, this shoe, I can't even really put, even though it's a beater for me now because we've had another drop in 2018, it's not technically a beater, man, because this is a timeless classic sneaker. When we talk some of the greatest sneakers of all time, this one will be mentioned. Now, this is the one from 2011, low patent leather cut, but at the same time, it's aged well, right? Okay, but when I put it next to my 2018, yeah, you can tell that, yeah, there's a major difference. But at the same time, these aren't bad. But yeah, you can tell they're old. But at the same time, on this camera, from a distance, taking pictures, they still hit. And I don't hate that at all. This is a shoe that I don't think I'm going to get rid of until it just falls apart, because it took a lot of footwork, leg work, and monies to get these guys right here. But anyway, this was pretty much my Tuesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 11 Concords. Cool. Now we're gonna move right along on to, no, this was my Wednesday shoe, my bad. Sorry, I said Tuesday, but this was my Wednesday shoe, Air Jordan 11 Concord. Cool, now we're gonna move right on to Thursday. More rain anticipated on the way, but not as bad. But again, I'd rather be safe than sorry, because some shoes, I just refuse to take a chance to get wet, because it is hard to bring them back, if you can even do it at all. But anyway, on Thursday, the kid stepped in again, Air Jordan 11 Gammas. Excited to hear that these are going to be coming back out in 2025 here with a higher patent leather cut. But this is also a timeless classic sneaker. I remember I didn't want the shoe at first, but then something about it just seems like, why not? All black shoe for the most part. It's got the hint of like turquoise on the Jumpman, and of course on the tongue here, and of course it got like a gold back on that 23. At the end of the day, I've said it time and time again, the 11s are a timeless classic sneaker in general, and rumors is this is supposed to be Michael Jordan's favorite silhouette, not this particular colorway, but the silhouette. And I'm just talking 11s in general, because how many collabs have we seen? And the only ones I've seen, but not in person, only heard of, and images floating around, is the one that they let Drake do, right? Okay. And for the people who claim that they actually have a pair, you know, not saying it's not true, but just very curious how much you paid for it. But none of my business as well. But at the same time, this was my Thursday shoe, Air Jordan 11 Gammas. Super duper comfortable, and I don't know, most likely if I do obtain the ones in 2025, I'll let these go to a good home as well. Because y'all know me, I don't want to build where I can't walk around in my own home anymore, because I'm just surrounded by sneakers. But not taking shots for the people who do just have like one of those tremendous, amazing collections. But you know, I am very selective this year, and probably since I've probably been doing YouTube, but this was my Thursday shoe, the Air Jordan 11 Gammas. Cool, now we're gonna move right along to Friday. Kid right back at the work, and this time, man, I just chose 100% full comfort. Like, this is a shoe that out the box is comfort, and you really can't go wrong with it. Now, you don't want to get anything dropped on your foot, but it's a shoe that I do want to put in rotation more. Granted, I have wore this a lot, and I noticed one thing too. A lot of people that don't tell you this, that collect sneakers or buy sneakers or are sneakerheads, it can be somewhat difficult to wear all your sneakers, but that's why I buy these drop front shoe cases, because I like to see my collection too, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, right back at work. And yeah, we chucked in none other than the Off-White Prestos. Now, these are the black joints, not the original one from the 10, but these are the black one, because you keep in mind they did the Off-White Prestos, then they did the black version, then the white version in a similar like time frame. So yeah, these are the black joints right here. Probably not as much as the OG, so to speak, but still a good go-to shoe. And I'm gonna quote Dunks here: can you really go wrong with an all black shoe? That's rhetorical. One of my favorite shoes in my collection, and the comfort level is just on another planet. So this is a shoe as we get back to go into, well, we're in springtime, but as we go into spring, heading into summer, you're probably gonna see me wearing a lot of these like Prestos and stuff like that. A lot of shoes that just are meant for summer. And yeah, one of my favorites in my collection. And I don't want to go any further without saying RIP to Virgil, man. Gone too soon, but he definitely left his mark in just the fashion industry, the sneaker industry, you name it. If you want to separate them, sure, but I think they kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, RIP to Virgil, and arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection. And this is the Off-White Presto, the black joint. Cool. So pretty much that completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week, man. Y'all sound off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well, man. I do my very, very best to try to pretty much read the comment section and stay active in that. So pretty much other than that, sound off in the comment section. I'm gonna go ahead and get up all this thing and start rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.